Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Language Arts Gallery. I hope you guys had the opportunity to review our video on the persuasive essay. Now I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to go over the other genre of writing that you're going to be tested on our standardized writing assessment, and that is the comparative essay. And remember, I want you guys to try to write the comparative essay in a point-by-point format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over our rubric for this essay, and then I'm going to go over a model essay so you guys get a chance to see what this looks like. So again, we're going to be examining the highly proficient criteria because I know you guys are highly proficient writers and you want to get the best grades possible. So for our introduction, I want that first sentence that hooks the reader. Remember, you're trying to draw your reader into your writing. Then this is really important for a comparative essay. Of course, you're going to introduce the topics. In this case, you're going to introduce the topics for comparison. These are the two things that you're comparing in the essay. You're going to introduce the points of comparison. Remember, the topics for comparison are what you're comparing. The points of comparison are how you're comparing those things. So each point of comparison is going to get its own body paragraph. And then you're going to talk about the significance of comparison. The significance of comparison is telling the reader who should be interested in this. Why is this comparison important? Remember, when we talked about the difference between ebooks and printed books, we said that this was important for teachers, for students, for parents, for administrators, right? Who would have an interest in reading this essay? Why would it be important to them? And then we want our thesis statement, right? And your thesis statement is going to depend on what the essay question is. If the essay question is just asking you to compare and contrast, then you're going to say this essay compares and contrasts these two topics for comparison. If the question is asking you, are they more similar? Are they more different? Then you're going to say that your essay is going to focus on the similarities or focus on the differences. Your body paragraphs, you're going to have 3 well-developed paragraphs. Each body paragraph is going to represent 1 point of comparison. So for example, if you were talking about printed textbooks and ebooks, and your first point of comparison was convenience, then your first body paragraph is going to focus on similarities or differences in these two learning methods where convenience is concerned. And then finally, our conclusion. Okay, you want to summarize the topics, points, and significance of comparison. Okay, that's the same thing that you're doing in your introduction right here. Okay, then you're going to restate your thesis. And finally, you want to leave that reader with a strong concluding thought. In terms of organization, we want to make sure that we are including our transition phrases, and we want to be including comparative language as well. So remember, you want to have a topic sentence for each body paragraph, right? You want to signpost your conclusion, use language like in conclusion, to conclude, to sum up. Use those transition words and those linking words. And remember, this includes comparative language, language for comparing and contrasting. And finally, you want to make sure that you're adhering to all the rules of proper grammar, spelling, punctuation, and capitalization. So let's take a look at what a good comparative essay looks like following the point-by-point format. So I'm going to go through this essay. Would you rather enjoy an endless summer or an endless winter? Right there, the author does a great job of drawing me in. I'm hooked. I want to know, what's this essay going to be about? So the next paragraph the next sentence says, in the USA, summer and winter have both similarities and differences. Right there, That's the topic of the essay. I know that the author is going to talk about how summer and winter are similar and different. Then the author says, evaluate the similarities and differences between these two seasons is important for anyone who's deciding which season to travel to America. So now I know for whom this essay is important. That's the significance of comparison. And the author does a great job of presenting that. When I go to my next sentence, he says, summer and winter both have extreme weather, great holidays, and offer exciting sports and activities. That's my thesis map. It's my point of comparison. Remember, your thesis map tells your reader what each body paragraph is going to be about. In a point-by-point comparative essay, each body paragraph is going to address one point of comparison. So when you list out those points of comparison for your reader, you're in effect creating your thesis map. And then I know the last sentence of my introduction, that's got to be my thesis statement. Well, many people think they're different. Summer and winter are actually very similar. So here, the author's stating his argument, his thesis. The author's saying that summer and winter are very similar. Now, my body paragraphs, which I know are going to talk about extreme weather, great holidays, and exciting sports and activities, those body paragraphs, they can talk about differences, but they better focus on similarities. And the reason they better focus on similarities is because the author's thesis statement tells me they're actually very similar. So let's go through each body paragraph. Okay, the first one says, summer and winter both offer extreme weather. Right away, it's a great topic sentence. I see use of the word both. I know that's comparative language. He's focusing on the similarities. And let's take a look at this second topic sentence. Summer and winter are similar in that they both offer great holidays. Okay, he's talking about holidays. I can see that's the second big point in my thesis map, the second point of comparison. I see he's using great comparative language here, similar, and both. The author's talking about similarities between these two topics of comparison. And then finally, the last topic sentence, there are exciting sporting opportunities and activities in both summer and winter. So again, that author's using great comparative language, and he's addressing the third point mentioned in his thesis map. So everything is really lining up nicely here, okay? Let's go through one of these body paragraphs and let's take a look at some of the language for comparison. While temperatures are very cold in winter and very hot in summer, they're both extreme. So the author is making a contrast here, but he's saying even though there's cold weather in winter and hot weather in summer, they're both extreme. Similarly, so again, language for comparison, both seasons hold the potential for dangerous storms. Hurricanes are common in the summer, and blizzards can happen in the winter months. It is best to watch the weather forecast and prepare before you go. Both seasons see large amounts of precipitation. There's a lot of rain in the summer and a lot of snow in the winter. So the author did mention differences here, but he really focuses on how these things are similar. A lot of people would say, oh, summer and winter are very different. You get snow in the winter. But the author's saying, yeah, but you get a lot of rain in the summer. Both have large amounts of precipitation. So the author really does a good job of focusing this paragraph on similarities. As I move through the rest of the essay, and I go down here to my conclusion, the author does a great job of signposting. He says, in conclusion, summer and winter both offer a variety of options that make them equally attractive times to travel to America. For those considering traveling to America in one of these seasons, okay, so right there, that's my significance of comparison. It's important to consider the weather, holidays, and activities. Those are my points of comparison, okay? And here he's talking about their similarities. They both have extreme weather, great holidays, and offer exciting sports activities. So again, he's restating his thesis. Okay, and he leaves us with a great concluding thought. Perhaps the best option is to plan 2 trips, one in each spectacular season. All right, so I think you guys are going to do a great job on your standardized writing assessment on both your persuasive essay and your comparative essay. You guys have done a great job in the course. You've turned into fantastic writers. I really believe in you, and I know that you're going to be successful in your writing assessment. So study hard, good luck, and I'll see you in class.